Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski, and today I wanted to make a top 5 list showing new players the top 5 things they should immediately chase after when they first start playing PokeMMO. These things will help you blast through as many storylines as possible, as quickly as possible, and really make your new player experience a lot better. Now, I've done a lot of lists with a very similar premise, a lot of them being top 5 utility Pokemon, top 5 Pokemon to help you beat Pokemon, top 5 items, etc, etc. I want this to be a consolidation of all of those lists and be a very quick top 5 go-to for a lot of new players. Let's go ahead and get into it. The number one thing you guys need to have to help you defeat the storylines easier is, go figure, a very strong storyline Pokemon. And there are 3 that come to mind immediately when I think of this. Crocodile with Moxie, Scrafty with Moxie, and Gyarados. All of these Pokemon are very powerful for very different reasons. Crocodile has the nice base stat speed and nice damages and stats to essentially just start snowballing immediately and start popping off with Moxie. For those that don't know, Moxie is an ability that boosts your attack by 1 stage after knocking out a Pokemon. This gets very, very strong in the storyline, and you start snowballing extremely quickly. Scrafty can also take advantage of this, although Scrafty has a little bit other issues and kind of some other things going on with it. So Scrafty is a traditionally slow Pokemon at a 58 base stat speed, but it has really good bulk and really nice defenses. So with Scrafty, you want to set up 1 or 2 Dragon Dances and then start attacking, whereas Crocodile, you can just start attacking right away. So there's kind of positives and negatives to both. Crocodile is a little more frail and can get destroyed, but it punches a bigger hole more immediate, where Scrafty is more prone to 1v6 sweeps if you are able to set it up. So it kind of is up to what you want. In my opinion, Gyarados is honestly kind of becoming my personal favorite, and I'm giving him a lot more respect the more time I use him. Gyarados is just so incredible in the storyline because it's so easy to use him. First of all, he has the Intimidate ability, which is very, very fantastic and makes him a lot tankier than you would realize. Secondly, his tank stats and bulk are already pretty decent. And then thirdly, he has an incredible base attack of 125 and 81 speed. He also gets access to things like Dragon Dance, Waterfall, and Crunch, all via level up. That's maybe one of the most important things about Gyarados, is that pretty much all of the moves you'll need, and Rain Dance, pretty much all of the moves you'll need to use on Gyarados to crush through a storyline, he just learns by using him. You don't have to waste money on TMs or tutors, which is a really big deal when you're new to the game. Oftentimes, you're able to set up 1 Dragon Dance, maybe 2, and then set up Rain Dance after, and you'll just destroy any Pokemon that possibly steps in your way. Alright, but on to the second most important thing, and one that is super, super often overlooked, but I have tried to popularize it and preach about it. It's a teleport Pokemon, especially before having access to HM Fly. Having a teleport Pokemon on you will save you so much time and headache throughout a storyline. Being able to have this Pokemon, have it keybinded, being able to just click teleport and go right back to the PC you were previously at outside of battle is so, so important. Just catching like a level 7 or a totally useless Abra or some sort of low level Pokemon like a Ralts in different regions that have access to teleport can be so extremely useful for the rest of your entire playthroughs and all the storylines to come. It's honestly hard to express into words how helpful and how much time teleport saves and just how nice it is to use without actually having you guys test it for yourself. You obviously do lose some of its value once you gain access to HM Fly, but not all of it. It is actually faster to teleport back to a PC versus to fly to it, because I can show you guys here. If I were to fly to this PC, I am put right outside of the PC, but if I teleport to it, I'm teleported right back to Nurse Joy. This time save comes into matter a lot when it comes to sweet sending for EV training, XP training, or shiny hunting. That time save will quickly add up over hundreds of hours or even tens of hours. Speaking of using Sweet Scent for XP and EV training and shiny hunting and anything of the like, a Sweet Scent Pokemon is actually my number 3 on this top 5 list. Having a Sweet Scent Pokemon to be able to speed up XP training is so important in the storyline. It'll save you a lot of time and it'll save you a lot of hassle. It's also really nice for specifically preparing for the Elite Four. You need to do a lot of XP training usually to prepare for the Elite Four. Having a Pokemon with an AoE attack like a Surf, Dragonite, or anything with Surf or Earthquake, or there's so many different types of AoE moves that you can use, even Hyper Voice or something of the sort, or Discharge. Having a Pokemon that can come in and just one-shot an entire horde of Pokemon will get you so much XP, so many EVs, and it'll make the entire storyline a lot easier. EV training is generally something you don't have to do to be able to defeat the storylines, although I will say it helps tremendously if you want to go ahead and take that route and take the time to do so. The fourth thing on my list is going to be an HM friend Pokemon. My favorite is definitely Dragonite. He's able to learn so many of the HMs. I believe pretty much all of them except for Flash. And we can't learn Flash. He gets Surf, Fly, Strength, Rock Smash. So I can actually check his move list properly and show you guys. Go ahead and check it out. Dive, Fly, Rock Smash, Strength, Surf, Waterfall, Cut, Defog even, Dive. Pretty much everything except for Flash. He's a really, really incredible HM friend Pokemon. I'm a huge fan of him. Bibarel is another one that a lot of people like to get because Bibarel is obviously much easier to get compared to Dragonite. But the big one is that Bibarel obviously cannot learn Fly, which is a huge one that you obviously need access to. But you can have two HM friends, a Bibarel and a Fly Pokemon, to be able to have access to pretty much all HMs, to be fair. But there's plenty of options for that, and HM Friends Pokemon are something that is really as old as time, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. Let's go ahead and get into our top five, our fifth thing. It's going to be a catching Pokemon. Catching Pokemon are super important in PokeMMO, the best one being Breloom. However, getting a Breloom can be kind of difficult, kind of expensive, especially one with Substitute and Poison Heal and getting Toxic Orb. Toxic Orbs are like 80k a piece at the moment, pretty expensive. So there are a lot of budget options. You can get a Smeargle pretty cheaply. You can get a Smeargle with just False Swipe for like 3k on the GTL, super, super cheap. Obviously teaching it Spore can be a little difficult, especially when you're new. Two of the best budget options that I've found are Parasect and Butterfree. Parasect gets False Swipe and Spore naturally, and Butterfree, I'm actually a huge fan of Butterfree. So Butterfree doesn't get False Swipe, unfortunately, but what it does get, it gets Compound Eyes, the ability, and Sleep Powder. So Compound Eyes is going to increase your accuracy and make your Sleep Powder 97.5% accurate as opposed to the traditional 75 or 55 or whatever the percentage is, which helps it so much. Being able to throw off 97.5% accuracy Sleep Powders is so huge. Butterfree is also an extremely easy Pokemon to get early game, and Butterfree is also a really powerful Pokemon in the storyline early game, surprisingly. It evolves very fast, gets very fast, base stats being pretty decent, has access to Air Slash and everything, the Powders, Psybeam, Silverwind, Proc can be super, super important. It can be a really, really powerful Pokemon. Do not underestimate Butterfree. You can also go ahead and use Butterfree to catch that Abra that I was talking about, that teleport Pokemon. That's a strategy that I implement frequently, where if I do a new playthrough, I will make sure to get a Compound-Eyes Butterfree and then make my way over to Cerulean City in Kanto and go catch an Abra. Because obviously, if you don't catch the Abra on the first turn, they'll teleport away. But what you can do is have that Sleep Powder Compound-Eyes Butterfree, lead it with the front of your party, encounter the Abra, put it to sleep, and then Pokeball or Great Ball it, and you'll have a really good chance of catching it, which secures you essentially two things out of this top five that you want really quickly. Now, obviously, that is mostly relevant to Kanto, but that's the region that I've played through the most, so it's one that I understand the most. But I think that's going to go ahead and wrap this list up. If you guys have any other recommendations, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm sure other people who are watching this video will find them helpful. Make sure to like the video if it was helpful to you guys. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO content. I would love to reach 20,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. That is my current goal. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day and have fun in PokeMMO. Hey, if you're seeing this clip, that means you watched the entire video, and thank you. From the bottom of my heart, that means a lot, and this clip is used to say thank you so much to any of those who go above and beyond, any YouTube members, Twitch primers, Twitch subs, Patreon, whatever you may do to support the channel. It's appreciated, and your name is here. Thank you all so much, and have a great day.